It was my pleasure to be here to introduce this Infocomm 2012 on the Windows 8. You might say that Singapore is again first because we are on the eve of the launch, which was supposed to be tomorrow on the 26th worldwide. So we are again Singapore in a little way, the first in the world, first in Singapore as well. I will introduce myself. My name is Sam Liu. You can just call me Sam if you come across me. And this is the reason for those who are not so IT conscious. What is Windows 8? Windows 8 is an engine. It's a computer engine. It is not an application. Let me give you some illustration. Meaning engine, for example, Rolls-Royce engine. In Hong Kong, they use Rolls-Royce for the same aircraft, 747 for Cathay Pacific. Okay, in Australia, they also use Rolls-Royce for the A380s on their Qantas, on Airbus. But Singapore Airlines is not using, they are not using the same engine, they are using the Pratt & Whitney. The reason I'm mentioning here is because this will give you an idea that it is an option. Same as Windows 8. It can be used by many computer manufacturers, not necessarily one brand, many brands using Windows 8 or other operating systems like Linux, Android, and things like that. Alright? This is just for your benefit for those who are not so savvy on IT. This is a message, a platform message from IDA, our regulator in Singapore. Something is wrong. Okay, I'll stop a while for the edit and then I'll continue again, alright? This is the second message from IDA, which is our regulators. This is the e-government 2015 master plan. Again, my name is Sam Liu. This is just to introduce the Windows 8 platform and operating system. This is what the talk is all about this morning. This new system will be launched October 6, 26, which is almost a few days ahead of us. Or 1 month rather, 1 month. These are available in 109 languages and as seen from here, 23 markets worldwide. The clock is counting down, less than a month. Okay? And these are some of the messages which I would like to bring across as I go along with you. This is the latest state-of-the-art operating system for new devices. Because Windows 8 can run not only on computers, it's on iPhone. They cannot use the word iPad, so they use the word tablets. Because iPad is, as you know, is a proprietary word from Apple. So they call it iPad. Apple, and they call it okay, this is another message from the launch. Consumers today have more choice, and it's true. They can choose any brand they wish to have, all operating on the same or different operating systems. Very soon, all our devices will be combined into one phone. Rather than a computer, you're using a phone. It's getting stronger and stronger. That you may not need your computer, but just your handphone or your smartphone. There are a lot of new features, which I will talk about, and enhancement. And most visible of all is what they call the Metro User Interface, UA. What you and I are familiar with in the past cases or past Windows, we use a lot of icons and to punch up your desktop. But those are gone, no more. They don't use icon anymore. they use what we call titles. I will show it to you later. And you can see the smooth colors of the multimedia. And one of the beautiful things is that STEP has been incorporated into Windows 8. And it was specially written to work with this new operating system. Because it's the same company now, running both Windows 8 and STEP.
The new Skype for Windows 8. You never know when something great's going to happen. But now Skype is always on, so you'll never miss a call. You'll get all your messages, whatever you're doing. And your favourite people are right at your fingertips. The new Skype for Windows 8. Never miss a moment.
Well, we will proceed from then on. It states the entire application has been structured to follow the Windows 8 design ethics. And one of these is that it has touchable icons. It can be touchscreen, it can be controlled by mouse. And if you remember the operating on Windows 7, we always have hiccups on the bad poor start, cannot boot up, take long time, and they do not come with other processors except the 8-bit processor. That is what that belongs to Windows 7. Now it has also incorporated into the new operating systems, what we call the IE10, Internet Explorer. This is more powerful than before. Metro IE10 is fresh and able to people see more, as it says here, on the web. And this is what it looks like when we have the new web operating, a new flash operating, which is embedded into Windows 8. This is what is embedded into Windows 8. Okay, I'm going to show you here the performance of Windows 8 versus Windows 7. These are benchmarks. They are not picked up from the air. They are all being officially benchmarked. As you can see, the speed of the browser is faster. The start time is faster. 27 seconds from Windows 7. It goes to 18 seconds for the new operating system. Obviously, it is the fastest startup. I wish I could show you later on how fast the startup is. The time permits. Shutdown is also faster. Okay. Previously, it took about 12 seconds. Now it's about 4 seconds. Very much faster. And this is most beautiful for multimedia presentation, which we do play a lot of multimedia. YouTube's coming in. For the first time since Windows OS was incorporated in 1995, we have what we call the famous start button here. Now you don't see it anymore. I will show you the contrast later on when we go online. And one of the complaints for the earlier Windows, not only 7 but earlier, was that you need to constantly boot up, long shutdown time, and very frustrated of hang, and you have a mandatory reboot. And reboot is going to be the biggest problem because it takes a long time for earlier Windows to reboot. But the new operating system reboots faster and fewer restarts. It is considered to be a massive change on obvious next step. This is what you look like in a new Windows 8 startup. I will punch up my computers and show you what it means. This is what it looks like. Now you observe very carefully. The desktop is updating your information every minute of it, every second of it. As you can see, it's updating. And also by the side, you can see who is sending you the emails and how many. There's a small number here, 4, 7 from so and so, the names comes up, and the rest are also updating. News of the world, all updating. That's the beauty of user interface on Windows 8. Okay, this is how your new desktop, or what we call it desktop, in our earlier version of Windows. It looks like, but now it comes in title form, as I showed you earlier. And here again, as I explained to you, you can see the real-time updating for Windows 8, but not the earlier Windows. You can check your schedules, and this is also tied into your Facebook features, everything, and all the updates. You don't have to open up individual to see what's coming in. You can see on the spot, real-time, on the screen. Now here I want to draw the attention that the new operating systems are not only works on computers. It goes into mobile phones, just like the Apple 5 works exactly the same as the iPad. If you have iPad 5, it works just as good as an iPad. It also goes to tablets. As I explained, they cannot use the word iPad here because of iPad is a proprietary name. It goes to desktop, laptop, and also it goes to home theater unit for those who have that at home. And these are some of the features which I was talking about earlier for Windows 8. And this is the true statement. The American Medical Association in the US have already established that those who spend too much time on computers can get a lot of sicknesses. You are encouraged to follow strictly the recommendation put out by computer companies, like taking a walk and sit down properly, or else this is going to happen. As our lifestyle becomes increasingly dependent on technology, and this is why you are involved in the banking, iBanking, you are involved in telecommuting, your personal website, Facebook, Twitter. So you virtually spend a lot of time looking at your screens. And you can get a lot of backache, neck ache. Look at this one, it's having headache. And they are getting more stress, worse than the MRT traffic jam and queuing up. This is interesting because it affects not only the seniors, citizens, but it also involves the school-going age who spend too much time looking at the internet, getting information. That's a danger. Okay. And what does that lead to? It leads to depression, anxiety, panic attacks, and stress. So take note. When your children or yourself spend too much time on a screen, advise them to take a walk, like sitting in an aircraft for 22 hours. It's best to walk around to let your blood circulation goes better. And these are happening in the earlier Windows. But now we are talking about the new state-of-the-art technologies. You get a lot of improvement. Provided you are experienced, you will appreciate it. And also some of the features increase of the file history, the printing, and the graphic accessories. The new system has also a file to protect better files stored in your computers. In the earlier Windows, everybody claimed that how safe it is, but yet virus penetrate. Even the White House computers was hacking recently. So there's no 100% on the virus actually. It's only narrow down the risk of virus entering your computers. You have to understand there are a lot of parameters that go along to safeguard your data, not only antivirus software. This is what the new file history will do for you. With reliability and security features built into Windows 8. Buying an antivirus software is not the solution. You have to upgrade. If you don't, you can still use. But any new virus comes in, it will not protect you. That's why you need to renew. If you don't renew, you can still use. But you're exposed to new virus coming into your computers. There's another easy file transfer. And the beautiful thing about this one is that it gives you a report of what is the on progress is going on. And also, you can have transferred larger files without hesitation of length limitations, especially when you want to transfer the PowerPoint files or pictures taken, the lock, stock, and barrel. You find that it either won't go through or it's corrupted at the other end. But this easy file transfer will get rid of this. It becomes user-friendly. This is where you improve the speed, because you need less keystrokes to access certain programs. That's where speed comes in. One of the examples is writing the Chinese characters. Hanyu, for example, previously you need about 5 or 6 or 7 strokes to form a Chinese character. Now you may not need it. You need about 1 or 2 keystrokes to form the Chinese character. That's what we call speed. Everything is speed. There you are. The words less keystroke to complete your task. That means it gives you more time to do more work and you become more productive. And these pictures will tell you everything. That the new operating system runs faster than the previous case. And this is again benchmark. And the touchscreen is also a very friendly tablet software. Of course, there are many touchscreen going on, but this is like, for example, the latest from Apple, iPad 3. They have higher pixels. Okay, this picture will be interesting. It says here the advent of technology through the spread of computer usage constitute a scientific revolution. It may be an overthinking of what this advanced technology can do. You see the computers, you fly to the patient, serve the patients all wirelessly by Wi-Fi. The nurse, all is there going to do is to give commands. It may not happen, but in Singapore it may not be. But I believe a prototype has already been out, and it's a matter of time that we will use it. So all these are related to ITs. It becomes part of our life. Now look at this picture again. It's a very high resolution picture taken by professional cameras. The other thing I want to touch on is that the home use and the professional hardwares or devices are merging together. Personal, professional is blurring home use device are used to capture fast action shot. You look at this slide again. You see the crowd are using, you look carefully, they are not using professional cameras, but just a handphone that you and I carry. It's a smartphone. It's a very powerful phone. And that's the reason why I was saying earlier that your phone can become the only device that you carry around. It works in the office, it works just as well when you get home or along the way when you get home. And this is an example of giving you how powerful that your handphone is becoming. And now it's a direct message. how to have techno evolution, keeping pace with technologies change. So the question now people often ask is that, how do I keep abreast of technologies? Before I can learn about Windows 7, and now you're talking about Windows 8. Well, the option is yours. We will not insist that you change. The option is yours. Just like I gave an example at the beginning of my speech about the Rolls-Royce engines used by which airline is entirely up to the option. You can use Rolls-Royce, you can use other brands, same as here. You can use these operating systems, or you can use other operating systems. So the only way to keep abreast of march of technology is to stay abreast of technology. Like Mr. Lee Kuan Yew said, if the rest are moving forward, you don't go forward, you are automatically going behind. It's a very simple statement, it's a statement of fact. Just take the case of our neighboring countries. While we are going ahead, they are not keeping pace with it. So they are automatically behind. And by the time they realize it, they will be years behind us. And this statement is very true. That the new technology is changing the way brains work and improve the brain and health and performance. So it's up to us to catch up with these new technologies and the new lifestyle involving IT. Everything is IT now. You go to the train, it's IT. You go to the bus, it's IT. You come up and down your lift every morning, it's IT. You look at the time, it's IT. All right? And the advancement of IT are those buses arriving now, telling you not only what time they arrive, they will tell you how full the bus is or how empty the bus is. That's working through GPS. Again, IT via satellite. There's already an IT chips in a prototype form that can be embedded. And all you need to do is to think. Just by thinking about it, no need to say anything. And you can make your limbs, for those who need limbs and legs and artificial legs, it will make them work through ITs. Just by thinking. It's a possibility. The dynamic world of technologies can be daunting. It's very scary. It is. So the only way to catch up. Learning can never be easy, but it can be done. Remember that. That's why there are not too many winners in this world. They give up at this stage of beginning. It's most difficult. But once you get through with it, you start enjoying the ITs and the amount of time. Like this message says, there are many ways to keep up with new technologies, but there's only one way to do it is to stand still idling. Think about this statement, very true. That's why all of you attending this talk this morning, I really appreciate your time here with us. For those who are staying at home, well, they don't know how much they miss. If you talk to anybody who says they're busy, not able to come, you can ask them that, are you suggesting that I'm free? Because seniors, time is where you find it. Sleeping at home is also busy. Right? Try to remember that. Time is where you find it. Technology has become the driving force of change. It has definitely altered our ways of life. You apply for visas, you apply for visas to country, you don't have to even go down to the embassies of various countries, or you renew your passport, you don't have to go down. Just press a button, they renew for you, but you still have to go down and collect your passport. And I would not make a wild statement to say, in time to come, you may not even have to go down and collect it. They'll send you via email to you. It may sound a bit far-fetched now, but I believe again, technology, such type of technology is being developed in the US. It may not come till 5 or 10 years time, but it will come definitely. Now this is wearable technology. Look at the baby born today. Even the feeding bottle, or his feeding bottle, is a mobile phone. Of course it's a dart. But of course give him the headphone, give him a dart, don't give him a live one. You're going to damage his eardrum. This is very important to the seniors. The government in Singapore, the platform by PA and IDA, has started what we call the Silver Infocomm Wellness Ambassadors. They have started the wellness for a long time, more on the food, diet, health, but now they touch on IT. That means seniors who are IT savvy, combined with wellness ambassadors. I believe one of the CC in Singapore is going to start a family gathering with the theme on Silver Infocomm Wellness. Another thing they touch on is that, which the government touched on, and emphasis is intergenerational bonding. Why do you think the government started the national games and art festivals? They are not so much on a competition point of view. They are more on bonding and networking. You see busloads of seniors coming from various centers attending this art festival. You think they appreciate the art? They don't. But they enjoy talking to each other. That's networking. Because Singapore is a multi-racial society. And that's the place to bond. You see, this is one example of a workshop. And this is the problem of the children can never teach the seniors because the expectation is different. The children's expectation is higher, about 80%, 90%. Once you tell them, they understand. Seniors, they don't. I handle a lot of seniors teaching in computers IT. You tell them 9 times, they ask you 10 times. You ask them to remember, they'll say, it's because I cannot remember, that's why I come here. But the message I'd like to leave behind is that there's nothing wrong with you as seniors, there's nothing wrong with you with your children as well. It's because of the generation gap. So now what the authority wants to do is that they want to bring them together. They call it the intergenerational bonding. Between generations can enrich both. You see the mother, the daughters, I don't know, there's a granddaughter, one of them is a granddaughter also. This is bonding. Ethnic groups are bonding, okay, through intergenerational IT boot camp. The seniors always like to say, the more we learn, the more we don't know. The more we don't know, the more confused you are. And I always tell them, that is not a true statement. You stay at home, you don't even get 10% of what you come here for. But you go home today, you get more than 10%, then you're okay. At least you have 20% of the knowledge of IT. You come again, you get another 10%. Slowly you increase to 30%. That's how you learn. We learn slower, but we learn. You see the bonding, how powerful tool it is? Okay, I will show you one more time how easy it is. You see, the emails are coming in. Okay, I will show you some of the, for example, you are traveling, okay, sports. You are interested in sports, how powerful it comes in. And how well defined the pictures are, very high resolutions. You give a click, you go into the details. Say, I like this pic, I click it. It goes into the detail. See, the details are over here. So it's very informative to go online. And this is the power of the new operating systems. Just touching it, or clicking it, or you can have an option to use your mouse, not necessarily touch, because as you remember I said earlier, it spreads out into all. Using a mouse, touch with a hand, a desktop, a laptop, even your mobile phone. You imagine for a while how the journalists compile the news. They take the pictures on the spot. They send the picture on the spot back to their editors. So by the time they get back to their office, everything is done. Your editors have the pictures, you send the report back to your journalists. Send to your editors. Before you go back, your editors is already working to go into press. That's technology. But the journalists are using it for quite many years. Now it's filtering into ordinary people. That's what I meant earlier. Technologies or professional devices are blurred out by the line to the home users now. You know that your phone, okay, I believe it's one of the latest in town now. You just take the phone, put a card behind, a bus card behind, you can read all the transactions. You don't have to go to the SMRT machine anymore. But of course, Chinese say the lihai, huh? Anything good, there's a flip side of it. So you have to be careful. Especially the credit card, IT technology. It's very scary now. People just stand next to you, they can induce all the information across without you knowing it. You don't have to pick their pockets. As you have seen just now, the email tries to display your latest message, or the calendars or appointment or your birthdays. Without even the tweeters coming in, inform you of the birthdays, it comes up on your typos. They don't call icons anymore. Okay, there's another powerful thing about the new operating system. A lot of you might be scared to see all these funny looking titles and you don't know how to operate. But the new systems comes out with a device. You just press one button. It brings you back to your favorite or ex-favorite Windows 7. And then will help you out. Alright? And okay, there's another interesting thing going on now. Windows 8 will be launched soon. So for those who are not quite ready to transfer to Windows 8, there's nothing wrong, it's an option. You can, what we Chinese say, when you go for a wedding dinner, the restaurant will give you a food tasting in advance for a selected few of your families to taste the food. So this computer IT also give a test. You can download a web page. This is the URL. You can just download a web page called New Gen. It will only give you the menu as if it is Windows 8, but it will still operating Windows 7 behind. This is what we call a food tasting for a wedding festival, yeah? The new Metro UI is very fast. Very soon you see a lot of people using the new technologies. They have to move. If they don't move, you stay still, you are virtually going behind. So you may say, is it necessary to switch? Well, it's up to you. The option is yours. You want to stand still, it's yours. You want to go forward, it's also yours. More and more, you find manufacturers of other brands, popular brands are all switching to the new technologies because they're following. If they don't, they're behind. And don't forget one thing. Any new operating system that comes out, a lot of software are written for the new operating system. So if you don't get into the new system, you will find that a lot of your software will not operate on the new applications because your OS is outdated. Most of the manufacturers are writing, software manufacturers are writing to cater for the new technologies. This is the way of marketing. As I said before, there are many ways of going forward, but only one way to stand still. Okay, I am inviting questions and answers here, but I will help you with the text. Okay, what you see below here, the kind of a subtitle page. To be launched on October 26 worldwide. And remember that Infocomm empowers our future. Whether you like it or not, it's a matter of time. Your children are learning IT, even in kindergarten classes. They bundle with IE10. We have a new screen called Metro Start Screen. The biggest difference of what is coming out is the Windows new interface. Remember this statement. You have to make changes. And this is the most difficult part of people. People are nature of habits. When they change, they grumble. You see, no good. Of course, it's no good. When you move the new house, you cannot find your utensils or anything. Although sometimes you settle down, then it's okay. That is why they are not so much famous. Because they don't march forward with time and technology. If there are no questions, I will just end here. Thank you all very much. Have a nice day.